Equation of circle, it's part of coordinate geometry, but you need to understand that equation of circle has an equation which is x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. This comprises of a and b that represents center of circle. So A and B represents center of circle. R represents radius of circle. So you need to understand that the equation of the circle is x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. A and B are the center of the circle, and R represents the radius of the circle. Now, if we say, let's say, center of circle is at origin. If center of circle is at origin, so origin is basically 0, 0. Origin is basically 0, 0. So the equation of line that can be drawn down, which is x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. So this will be x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square is equal to r square. So the final equation will be x square plus y square is equal to r square. This is your equation of circle expression when center is origin. When center is origin. Now let's work out with the example question. The question can be such that 2 points of the circumference of a circle are at ends of a diameter. So those 2 points can be written as, let's say, A is 2, 3 and B is minus 4, 9. Let's solve, evaluate center of circle. Part 2, find the radius of the circle and express the equation of circle. So considering that we have a circle, and in that particular circle we know this, that there is a center of circle as well, and we have minus 4, 9, and let's say we have 2, 3. So this is your A and this becomes your B coordinate. So moving further, if I directly write down, because the question said that we need to find out what center of the circle. So two ends of the diameter, that means two ends, we can directly say that this line can be a straight line which crosses the center of the circle. When a straight line crosses the center of the circle, that becomes the diameter. And we know that we can easily take out midpoint of the two coordinates on the circumference. So the midpoint of diameter is equal to center of circle is equal to center of circle. So knowing the fact that A is 2, 3 and B is -4, 9, let's calculate center of the circle. So midpoint will be x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2. And we can write this thing down as midpoint is 2 minus 4 upon 2, 3 plus 9 upon 2. So midpoint will be -2 upon 2 is -1, and there should be 12. 12 upon 2 is 6. So midpoint becomes -1, 6. Midpoint becomes -1, 6. And this midpoint is basically your center of circle. Your center of circle. So center of circle becomes what? -1, 6. Now the second part says find the radius of the circle. Find the radius of the circle. And we know that the midpoint is -1, 6. Now, what does that mean? To find the radius of a circle, if we have a circle that is given, and we know the coordinates as well, the coordinates are -4, 9 and 2, 3. When we calculated the midpoint, we got to know we have -1, 6. Now to find the radius, there are two ways to do it. Either we take distance of AB and divide by 2. Distance of AB and divide by 2. Or take the distance of center. Take the distance of what? Center and coordinate. You can even use OA or you can use OB. So let's just calculate using the normal coordinates, that is A is 2, 3 and B is -4, 9. To find out the distance, which means length, your formula is, because this should be your radius, y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. And this should be 9 minus 3 whole square plus -4 minus 2 whole square. 9 minus 3 is 6. 36 plus 36, which means we have what? Under root 72. So we have under root, your distance will be under root 72. And 72 can be written as 6 under root 2. 72 can be written as 6 under root 2. But this is your diameter. That means your diameter is 6 under root 2. So your radius will be 6 under root 2 divided by 2, which is 3 under root 2. That means your radius will be 3 under root 2. So this is your answer for part 2, which says find the radius of the circle, and the radius will be 3 upon 3 under root 2. Then the question clearly says express the equation of the circle. So if we just write down third part, and your expression is x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. So x, this should be, because this is negative, negative will become positive, plus y, your b was 6 whole square, and this is 3 under root 2 square. So normally when we write down x plus 1 whole square plus y minus 6 whole square, and obviously 3 square is 9, 2 under root is cancelled, so this is what, 18. So this becomes your equation of circle. This is your equation of circle, which is part 3 of the first example question. So we normally did what? We found out the center of the circle, we found out the radius, we made sure we find out the express the equation of the circle as well. Now the other example is that the center of the circle is 2 comma minus 2, diameter one end a 8 comma 5, and the other end is x comma y. Find the coordinate of b. So obviously if one end is given, which is 8 comma minus 5, and midpoint is given, which is 2 comma minus 2, because center of circle is basically the midpoint, center of circle, and b is basically x comma y. So what we can do is we can use the midpoint reversal. For that, x1 plus x2 upon 2 comma y1 plus y2 upon 2, this whole thing will be equal to 2, and this will be equal to minus 2. So we can write down this thing that x1 plus x2 upon 2 is equal to 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2 is equal to minus 2. So knowing that x is 8 and y is minus 5, so let's substitute 8, and then what do we have? We have the other as x upon 2 is equal to 2. So x is equal to 4 minus 8, x becomes minus 4. On the other hand, if you note that y was minus 5, whereas we have y2, or we can write it down as y upon 2 is equal to minus 2. So y is equal to minus 4 plus 5, y will be 1. So your coordinate of b is minus 4 comma 1. This is your midpoint reversal process. Now the other part, the question clearly says radius of the circle. So now you know that you have a as, you already know that a is 8 comma minus 5, your b is minus 4 comma 1, and the center o is 2 comma minus 2. Center o is 2 comma minus 2. Let's take the midpoint of OB. So considering this, we can use, we always have minus 2 minus 1 whole square plus 2 plus 4 whole square. So OB will be under root, and considering that minus 2 minus 1 is 3, 3 square is 9, plus we have what? We have 6, 6 square is 36. So OB should be under root 45, and under root 45 is basically 3 under root 5, which is your answer. In the other part, the examiner have directly said, write down the equation of circle. Now, equation of circle equation of circle. This is your part 3 of the example, which is x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. So what we can do is x minus 2, because center was 2, and this should be y plus 2 whole square, and this should be 3 under root 5 square. So the final answer should be x minus 2 whole square plus y plus 2 whole square, which is equal to 45. So this is your equation of circle for part 3. Equation of circle as your topic.